Today is going to be a little shorter because what happens is that we have the annual appeal for the Archdiocese of Washington. But a couple of things. One, in the second reading, we have St. Paul saying, "When I came to you, brothers and sisters," this is in his first letter to the Corinthians, "proclaiming the mystery of God, I did not come with sublimity of words or wisdom. I resolved to know nothing while I was with you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified." So one of the things about that is that you can take a look at St. Paul in his missionary travels. So he first goes to the very northeast part of Greece, up into Philippi, then comes into Thessaloniki, then comes down into Athens. And as he comes into Athens, he's confronted with, how do I make the gospel message known? So what he does is that he takes a look at their philosophers, their poets, the things that are good, and then uses that as kind of a springboard to proclaiming the gospel. And that works pretty well until he starts getting into Jesus is risen from the dead. And when they talk about the resurrection, that's when most people are like, forget that we're out of here. So, but he does get some to follow him. But he said, that's it. I'm not going to do this anymore. Not going to proclaim that way. All I'm going to do is Christ and Christ crucified, because it's going to be up to me to proclaim the message, but it's going to be up to God to have two things. One is the conviction power of the Holy Spirit to the people who the message is going to, and the other is the confirming signs and wonders that authenticate the message. So that's what we see in the second reading. In the gospel reading, we have that Jesus calls the people the light of the world and also the salt. So one of the things about salt is that it's a preserver. It's there also to flavor, to give taste. But one of the things about salt is that it can lose its ability to be salt only by having impurities. So if impurities come in, then you can start having that saltiness go away. You don't want to flavor something if it's impure, if it has impurities plus the salt. It may lose that ability to preserve. It might indeed spoil the food that's trying to be preserved. So again, when we think about our life, what we think about is that need to always ask the Lord to help us, to give us that strength from those temptations that the world puts at us each day. That we need God's power. We need God to help us, to give us that wisdom, to give us that strength to overcome the deceptions of the evil one. The other thing is that he says that we're the light of the world. And one of the things about that is that we think about Israel. When Israel was put there, the Lord put Israel where it was, he didn't just do it by happenstance. Oh, I just need a place for them to go. I don't know where to put them. Oh, just have them put them here. Now, what happened is that they were on a trading route with the economic power at the time, which was Egypt. And so as the traders would come down to Egypt, they would come down through Israel. They would see the wisdom, the beauty, the wisdom of God. And then they would go back and proclaim that to the people. And so one of the things about us is that we're, again, to be that light, to just like the people of Israel were to be a light to the nations. And when they stopped being that light and kind of followed the Baal and Ashtaroth and everybody else, that they really stopped being that light. But again, what we think about is that we're called to be that light. The other thing is that we can be a light, but if we have one light way over in this corner, one light way over in that corner, one light over here, over there, and there's no coordination of the light, then it's really not doing a lot of good. But when you have that light coming together in the church and bringing that light of Christ to others, then it's truly important. Then we truly are the light of the world. Thanks, and God bless.